Hey guys, it's Nate again. Another TikTok video reaction. The last one was cool. Let's see what we can get out of this one. Hey, please like and subscribe. It's been a long day, but we're still here. We're trying to put out these videos for you guys. A little edumacation.
Here's how to make more money, how to invest, and how to get your money to go to work for you. Let's say you make $100,000. This strategy in the next 52 seconds has enabled me to make millions of dollars. So let's say you earn $100,000 in a year. Just plan on 35 to 40% of that going to the IRS and your state and your local government and taxes. Even if it doesn't, just plan on it. You have $60,000 left. You should save half of that. Not to save, not to have a nest egg, but you should save it to go to work for you. That means you're going to take 30 and save it. You're going to have $30,000 left. To figure out how to...
The crazy thing about this is that I literally just did a video 15 seconds ago that I used this exact example. So it's hilarious. I used this exact example, making 60K and investing 30 of it and making it work for you. And this guy is making the same exact video. So that's really cool.
Live off of $30,000 in a year is very hard. So what you have to do is be very disciplined, increase your earned income, and tuck away as much as you can. The other $30,000 that you have left, you have to go to work for you. See, when you go to work, you get a paycheck. 9 to 5, you get a paycheck, right? Well, what you want to do is be able to convert your earned income into passive income. So you put it into investments like real estate, rental properties, where you convert it, it pays you back and you're producing residual income. That's how you make your money go to work for you and you scale your income.
That's right. Can't agree more.
Curtis,
right there. Yeah, what's up?
Can you please explain why a 15-year mortgage is a bad investment?
Yeah, because that's exactly what the banks want you to do, but let me show you on the whiteboard. So you've been lied to, you've been cheated, you've been manipulated by all the idiots in the world who try to convince you to get a 15-year mortgage. You don't believe me? Let's ask Mr. Lumberjack right here. As an example, if you get a $300,000 mortgage for 15 years, you're going to pay roughly $2,000 per month. In this scenario, your money is now working for the bank. They're going to dangle a little carrot over your head saying you're going to get a lower interest rate and you're going to save up to $83,000 of total interest. However, what they failed to tell you is if you would have got a 30-year mortgage, your payment would have been around $1,250. Now you have $750 of cash flow, and now that money can be working for you. If you got that money compounding for you in the same amount of time, it could be worth up to $1.4 million. The $1 million manipulation in plain sight.
Hey, you know what though? I believe I saw this guy in a different video. The concept is the money that's borrowed against a mortgage is very cheap money. What that means is that you're borrowing it at a very small APR or annual percentage rate. And basically, so if you're borrowing at 3%, your cash in your pocket, you can almost certainly invest and get like 8 to 10%. I have a good buddy of mine that runs a fund that he guarantees on a 2-year contract 10% return, 10.5% return annually. And so if you borrowed money at 3% and you gave it to him, he would be able to get you back a 7.5% return on your money annually, on top of paying back the mortgage's money. So basically cancels out, and you're still making an additional 7.5%. And so if that's $100,000, that means you're making $7,500 in passive income for borrowing the bank's money instead of having a paid off mortgage note. Which, by the way, if you pay off a mortgage and let's say you get sued, let's say you have money in your mortgage, right? You have money in your mortgage, it's not cash. They're gonna put liens against your house. They're gonna try to get the equity out of it. So people say it's protection. In the state of Florida, we have homestead exemption, so it's different. You want as much equity in your house as possible if you're an entrepreneur or a business person, because homestead exemption protects you and your assets and your home. No matter what, if you file bankruptcy or any of those things, you can still protect your home equity inside your home. So let's say you have $1 million in credit card debt and you file bankruptcy, Chapter 7, excuse me, and let's say you have $1 million in equity on your house. That $1 million in equity is fully protected, so they cannot touch it. And so you wipe out the $1 million in credit card debt, and you still have $1 million in home equity as soon as your Chapter 7 is discharged. So technically, it's a strategy that a lot of people employ.
Here's a nice little tax tip for you. You can deduct up to $3,000 in capital losses from your income. Capital losses suck, but that makes it a little better, right?
I guess.
This is what I would do if I won tonight's $82 million Mega Millions jackpot. Step 1, resist the urge to tell anyone, and get an attorney and accountant that are experienced with large lottery winnings. 2, I would deactivate every social media account and any trace of me off the internet. And 3, I would skip town to let the initial buzz die down. But the question is, what would I do with my money? Well, after taxes and taking the lump sum payout, I'm left with about $45 million to actually invest. So here's how I would break down $41 million of it, leaving me with $4 million to do whatever I want with. Not to mention that I can pull out about $100,000 a month or $1.2 million.
All right, hold on a second, buddy. Let me see what you got going on here. That was quick. Vanguard Total Stock Index. I mean, it's a safe route. It's a safe investment route. And I guess if you have that much money, you really don't need, you kind of want your money to be protected. I mean, you could argue that bonds are one of the safest routes in regards to your money. But then again, bonds have been, I look at it like this. I don't care if I have 40 million in the bank and I don't need the most. I want to get the smartest investment for my money. And that's sometimes means safe, sometimes it doesn't. Diversification is important. This is his strategy. This is what he thinks is the right way to go. $10 million in real estate. Personally, I would be over half, maybe 60 to 70% of my money would be in real estate. You still have a beautiful nest egg, the way I live at least, that no matter what, I'll be good forever. So let's say all my real estate hits zero, which it won't. Real estate's always worth something. And if you look at the history, real estate goes only up in value. It goes down slightly, only temporarily. But the reality is that real estate is always going to be your best investment, almost certainly. Unless you're an inside trader in the stock market, and that's illegal.
Leaving me with $4 million to do whatever I want with. Not to mention that I can pull out about $100,000 a month or $1.2 million a year from my investments without ever touching the principal. What would you do with $45 million?
What do you know is a scam, but everybody else...
Don't play the lottery. First thing first, do not play the lottery. It's a losing bet. It's a horrible investment. Do not waste your money playing the lottery. Take your money that you're going to play a lottery with and then invest that money. You'll never win the lottery if you don't play it. And guess what? You'll never be contributing to the winners and the taxes if you don't play it. You're not going to win the lottery, guys. I hate to tell you, but you're not going to win it. So don't play it. Statistically, it doesn't make sense. Keep your money in your pocket. If you just do the basic math here. I'm going to do some basic math for you guys. $10 a day for lottery, right? $10 a day for lottery times 365. All right. That's $3,650 a year you're spending on lottery. Do that over 20 years, get $73,000. Now, I don't have the basic, I can't do the basic math here, but if we were compound investing that, I guarantee you it'd be well over $200,000 over that 20-year period, and likely to be over $300,000. My point is, take $10 a day that you're going to play the lottery with and invest it. And then from there, in 20 years, you'll have a little mini lottery sitting there.
This is normal.
Guaranteed.
I'll go first, but be careful. You may be involved in this. So everybody's up in arms right now about Robinhood and Webull stopping people's ability to buy GameStop stock. They stopped them because buying the stock was driving up the price, which was hurting the hedge funds that were trying to short the market. So people are most furious that Wall Street even has the power to stop people from buying stock.
That's not actually true. Now, we don't really know the real truth, but Robinhood CEO came out and talked about what happened. See, Robinhood didn't have the money and securities to back or guarantee these trades. And so they had to do that for their own protection, not for the protection of these hedge funds. Big difference. And so they came out and admitted that they were overextended and that if they were trading, and I don't want to go into this rabbit hole, but basically every trade is backed by a security and they don't clear for 48 hours or 72 hours. But Robinhood gives you your money instantly. Well, at a certain point, when you have so many trades in these 72-hour window, Robinhood doesn't have the money to give you anymore. And so they run out of securities to back you in their account. And so they basically said, enough's enough, we can't do it because we just don't have the money for our platform to work the way we designed. And so if you've noticed, now they don't do that anymore. And that's because they've got themselves a little bit more they've backed themselves up with a little bit more money.
By stopping them from buying stock and only allowing them to sell, that helps the hedge funds or Wall Street. Why does Wall Street have the power to change the rules of the game in the middle of the game? Who gave them that power? The great bamboozle is that there are more people putting money inside of a 401k than there are homeowners in the United States. Yeah, but what does that matter? Who has the money in your 401k?
Good point.
Wall Street. How long does that money sit there? 30 or 40 years. If you have a 401k, you gave Wall Street that power.
Yeah, so that's the end of the video. But that guy's right. 401ks in general are not typically a good investment. There's a lot better ways to spend your money. Now, I would say about 401ks, if your job is matching your 401k, then you should invest in a 401k all the way to that match. If you're a 1-for-1 match or a 50 cent on a dollar match, go as high as you can go for whatever that match is, because it's free money. So go ahead and do that, and you're essentially giving yourself a raise. Now, you can't touch that money right away, but you're giving yourself a raise on that money. And yeah, there's better ways to spend it. I would argue that inflation is outrunning any gains you're going to be had, especially as of today. Inflation is insane. But traditionally, it's smart to match 401k money. It's free money. So that's what I would argue there. Guys, this was fun. TikTok videos are fun. I appreciate you all watching. Hopefully you learned something today. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments below, please let us know. Adios.